Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Somebody Sunday on Spank and Jake. Of course, it's Sunday, so my name is Dime, and not Spankeh. And today I'm bringing you Smite. Now, why Smite? Well, Metal Gear wasn't doing too well, Battlefront beta is over, and I kind of wanted to get back to the roots of what we wanted Somebody Sunday to be, which was play a game for about 3 to 4 weeks, give my opinions on it, and say where it could, maybe be better, so maybe why you might want to hold off, or say why you should definitely try it out. So, why Smite? Well, I've put a lot of time into it already. I love the game. I know I can talk about it, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's perfect, so I may have some problems with it. So, but I definitely want to talk about it for 3 to 4 weeks, but don't worry, I still will be covering Fallout 4 when it first comes out. So, for those of you who have never played Smite, I'm going to give you a rundown of what it is in this episode. This is a gameplay introduction for somebody who's never played Smite and never played a MOBA in their life. Even if you've maybe watched a little bit of a League of Legends match, but you've never really played it and you've never really watched it that much, I'm going to give you something. You'll be able to take away something for all MOBAs here. So, first off, I'm playing a 3v3 match, so there are some things that will not apply to what I will say, because I couldn't get some 5v5 footage, because, well, I suck at it, and I didn't want to get the worst footage possible. Anyway, I'm playing 3v3 also because it's a smaller time frame on the map, so there's only one lane. While in the normal games, 5v5, there are 3 lanes. But know that there are other game types, so you can always choose other options from what you might want to play. So let's get right into it, okay? So, 3v3 or 5v5 or whatever you're playing, it's going to be a certain amount of gods, that's what Smite is all about, gods, versus another team of gods. And they're going to be vying for control of objectives, or lane control, or just generally kicking ass and taking names to win the match. And they'll do anything they can to do this. As you see right now, we are vying for control for a lane. We're trying to get that nice early advantage so we can kind of have some bit of control, some bit of power, and control our lane, prevent our tower from going down. And that's a very important point. In 3v3, 5v5, as well as the game mode of Siege, there are towers in each lane. And these towers protect your phoenixes, and phoenixes protect your titan, which is the ultimate goal to win the game, is kill the titan, right? You following me so far? So I'm going to back it up a bit back to towers. Towers are your first line of defense, and they have a certain amount of health, and they're only going to attack minions unless you attack another god underneath it. Then they'll attack you. You don't want that. That hurts. So what you do is, you wait for your minions to get there, they fight it out for a bit, you get in there, you do some damage to the tower, you back up when they die, eventually you take down the tower, and you gain more control. You get where I'm going with this? You slowly progress forward across the map. So, later on, in maybe the next video or the third video, I will give you more in-depth, tactical reasons as to why you might want to do these things, to give you a bit more depth. But right now, we're going to talk about gameplay basics. So, in between these lanes in a 5v5 match, or in 3v3 on the sides there, you'll see at the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the map with the big center lane and 2 skinny little paths around the sides. That's what we call the jungle. The jungle is filled with neutral monsters that will fight anybody and everybody, no matter what. What you do is you go in and you kill these monsters for buffs, attack speed, extra mana, extra damage, that kind of thing. I really should have body blocked that, honestly, what she just did. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. And they use these buffs to help them gain control of the map. You'll notice we did that at the very, very beginning of this game when we took the blue and red buffs. The mana buff is the blue one, the power buff is the red one, the attack power buff, and then the purple one all the way in the corners is going to be your attack speed buff. But we didn't grab those. We grabbed mana and power. And then we proceeded to the middle of the lane to connect with the enemy and fight them. Now, throughout this match, you level up. And as you level up, you're going to get points, which you're going to put into abilities. Now, I already have a preset build for my abilities, so it already gets put in there without me having to press anything. You'll see my abilities at the bottom of the screen in the very center. And so they already get put in there automatically for me. But if you don't have a build set up for you, what it'll do is it'll ask you where you want to put your points. And each god has 4 abilities, or 5 if you want to count their passive. So they have their first 3 abilities that they can level up as they go, and then they have the ultimate, which is only unlocked after level 5, or up at level 5, I should say. And you'll see mine, I believe I just used it there, or I used it shortly thereafter, is I hit the ground and everything gets knocked up into the air. Well, every god has a different ultimate, just like every god has a different 3 abilities. So, we've covered abilities, we've covered towers, we've covered lanes, and we've covered the basics of Smite. Now, let's move on to some more basics. Items. As you progress forward, you'll notice I'm getting gold for killing minions, for killing gods, for assisting other gods in killing other gods, so other players in killing other players, essentially, and killing the little minion camps around the map. And I get this gold and I spend it on items. Now you'll see in the bottom left corner, you'll see a pair of boots or some shoes and this little pendant thing. Well, the boots help your movement speed and help whatever your role is, depending on the boots you get. And the pendant is just an item that I like to use for my character. Now these items buff your stats, give you maybe some extra little modifiers to some abilities, like slowing enemies when you hit them and things like that. Or give you more protections against the enemy, like is what I'm building. And then that allows me to become stronger. So not only do I level up to a max level of 20, but I'm also buying items. I'm also leveling up skills to make me more powerful. Now, the faster I can get these things, the more powerful I'll be, and hopefully I can get an edge over my opponent. Now, you're starting to get that this game is pretty deep. It's pretty easy to pick up. I mean, if you want the bare essentials, go into the lane, kill minions, fight the enemy players, level up, buy items, try to win. That's 6 points that really are not that hard to explain to somebody. So it's a very simple game to pick up, but it's also very deep for those players who like to really get into the nitty-gritty of all the little details and mechanics that are in a game and really pick them apart and try to figure out how to be better. So if you like that, that's awesome for you. Now, let me more explain on the Phoenixes and Titans that I explained about earlier when I talked about towers, but very briefly. So after they kill your towers, which in a 5v5 match that's 2, or a 3v3 match that's only 1 tower, you have your Phoenix, which no matter 5v5 or 3v3, you're only going to have 1. And this is a tower that respawns, but as long as your tower is up, the minions of the other team aren't stronger. So what that means is as soon as they kill your Phoenix for the first time, you have a time limit before it comes back. But while it's down, the enemy minions have a buff. They're stronger. So you definitely don't want to lose that. That gives the enemy team a big swing in power that allows them to maybe progress forward and take out your Titan. Now your Titan is this big boss character at the very end of the map. He's at both ends of the map. He or she, sorry. And this is 5v5, 3v3, as well as Siege mode has this. They'll be at both ends of the map. And your whole goal is to take out their Phoenix and then take out their Titan. But this one's different. Not only does it have a lot of health, but it's going to fight back. Now, towers will shoot at you and Phoenixes will shoot at you. But these things, they actually fight. They move around. You can kite them. You can move them. You can stun them. Or, well, no, not stun them, but you can deal damage with your abilities. And they're more like an NPC than anything. But they still operate a lot like a tower. So, don't be too worried about them. Don't be too scared to approach them. But when the time is right and your team has the big swing of power, definitely go ahead and take that out to secure the win. And once you win, you get your rewards. You get favor, which helps you unlock new gods, as well as new skins, or not, well, some skins, as well as just various other tiny little customizable things. But that's the gameplay. That's the core of it. So, what have we learned? We've learned that each game has, or most of the game modes have lanes. We've learned that in those lanes are towers, Phoenixes, and then at the end of all the lanes is your Titan. Now your Titan, like I said, is the goal to win the game. Now to win this game, you have to fight alongside your minions against the enemy minions to get money and hopefully fight against the enemy. Now the enemy is going to fight back, so you're going to have to fight hard. But by leveling up, by getting items and getting new abilities, and hopefully doing it slightly better than your opponent, just by maybe edging them out in gold gain by killing more minions or something like that, you can maybe edge out a win. Now the last thing I want to talk about is teamwork. Now, I don't know if I use it too terribly often in the beginning of this video, but I know I use it closer towards the end, and that's the VChat system. It's unlike anything else I've ever seen in another type of MOBA, and that is, if you hit V, it'll pull up, like you'll see there saying, cancel that, retreat, things like that over in the side. You keep hearing that screamed. That's the VChat system. By hitting V, it pulls up an options list, and you pick another letter, so let's say VVB. If you do V, it brings up the first set of options. V again will bring up like self, and then you hit, I think it's self, and then B will say be right back, meaning you're going back to base to buy items or maybe get health. Or if you say want to do something like that, it's VVVR. That lets your team know your ultimate ability is ready. So you're ready to engage the enemy. You've got, and once all three people have their ultimate, you might have an edge over the next fight. So that's one of my favorite things about this game, is communication is easy. Working with teammates that you've never met before is easier than ever, and teamwork is a huge part in this game. So I wanted to talk about it. Teamwork. It's great to play this game with a friend, but if you can't, you can always use the VChat system to communicate with your team and better understand what's going on and how you can be of help with your team or what they're doing. They can update you on what's going on, update you if they happen to notice something on the map like enemy movement that you didn't spot and things like that, or telling you when to be cautious if, say, somebody leaves their lane and they don't know where they are. They'll tell you, hey, you should probably be cautious, they might come after you. That kind of thing. So if you get into this game, do not be afraid to use the VChat system. It's a very easy, quick, simple way to communicate with your team. And the more you communicate, the easier it is to win. I promise you that. Now that I've talked about all the facets of gameplay, there are still a lot more, like lane composition and things like that, but I'm going to go over that later. Right now, let's just enjoy the game, shall we? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit here, and till the end of this video, I'm going to commentate this like I would commentate any one of my friends' games, because I used to do this with StarCraft. I did this for a little bit with Smite. I commentated a few tournaments and things like that, so I'm going to commentate it kind of like I did that, though I warn you, I am very rusty. I haven't done it in a long time, and we're just going to enjoy the game. Because at the end of the day, video games are fun. They're something that we enjoy. They're something that make us happy. So if you can't sit back and enjoy something, then why do it? So we're going to sit here. I'm going to commentate this. We're going to have fun. Okay? Hopefully y'all enjoy it as much as I do. So you're going to see I'm playing this hero who looks like a giant tree, right? He's a tank. He's a guardian. He's big beefy dude. My job is to protect them. To protect my other teammates by healing them with one of my abilities, stunning the enemy, and we'll see there's an engagement here. So I'm going to move in, I'm going to hit my ultimate to kind of knock them up, prevent them from being able to give chase to Skella, who's a mage. She's nice and squishy. She's going to be easy to kill if she gets caught out. But my job is to make sure she doesn't. My job is to protect her. So you'll see right here, I'm trying to give some enemy damage as well as heal myself to make sure I don't die. And I'm throw those seeds to hopefully get a stun, but if not, they pop and other cool things happen. You don't really need to know that right now. So you'll see we got rid of one of their teammates, but they also got rid of one. It's now 2v2 here. We've got their tank, which is the Gator guy, and then this person shooting out light rays everywhere. Her name's Hell. She's going to try and kind of do what I'm doing, which is healing, but I'm also the tank at the same time. So she's doing a better job at healing. So I'm currently low on health, so I really need to kind of back up out of here, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. But you see Han Bats, who is our kind of physical melee, gets in there and just does damage kind of guy. He's trying to run away, and whether or not he'll get away is sketchy, but I see that his health is low. They're pushing forward. I probably shouldn't go back to base right now. Even though I've got low health, I can maybe try to defend this. So I'm going to heal myself to kind of give me some more sustain here, but then before I know it, the tower's gone, and that's when kind of everything goes bad. I got body blocked by the minions. I had to go around the tower, the base of the tower, before it had disappeared. I got caught out of position. It was kind of a bad situation that I got killed in. But now I'm back at base. I'm going to go ahead and buy some items. We're going to see that I am picking up some armor, more protections, things of that nature, and things that give my teams buffs. Now, the item I'm picking up now is going to lead me to a staff that increases my healing. So it gives not only me more sustain in lane, allowing me to stay out there longer, do more stuff, before having to come back to base because it kind of keep my health up, but it also allows me to heal my teammates for more. So I'm going to go back into lane right now. They've already taken out the Gator guy, which is great. She's going to go ahead and jump back, but we're going to give chase to her. Hanbats is able to clean that up nice and quick, and now we have lane control. Deicide. Deicide is when you kill the entire enemy team, and they're all dead. You have free reign. So what Skella's going to go ahead and do, she's going to drop some wards, so if they spawn and try to flank us, we're going to be fine while we wait for minions to come to the lane. Once minions come to the lane, we're going to attack that tower and finally do some damage to it. We've been wanting to for a while, I promise. So we're going to go ahead and do damage to it as fast as we can. You're going to see this goes down kind of quick, but you realize we haven't been able to do this for a while, so we've gotten levels, we've gotten power, we've gotten stronger, and that tower compared to us has gotten weaker. Now, one of us went in there, we'd die. But the other team is going to come up in here now, and they're going to ruin our day. Skella is going to go ahead and back up, as well as Hanbats. We're all three just going to run away right now. We don't really want to engage. Hanbats doesn't have his ultimate up, and Skella might actually... Wait, where'd she go? Oh, she's behind me. Almost lost her there. So we're going to keep backing up. We're going to keep backing up to our Phoenix, where hopefully we can have some cover and defend ourselves there. Kind of regain some of that nice footing we had that we lost after they spawned and kind of gave chase to us. So you're going to see they're going to sit there at the edge of our tower now, and they're going to go ahead and try to heal themselves up, prepare themselves for any inevitable combat. Now we're going to poke out from underneath this tower. You see that nice white line? That's the edge of the tower's range. They're going to poke in at us. We're going to poke in at them, but Hanbats goes in, ends up taking a kill, moves in on Hell. Hell is now at half health, but she is healing away like a champ. I'm going to go in there. Hanbats goes down. I probably should have stayed more forward, but me and Skella are still up there causing hell. I'm trying to keep my health up. I go ahead and stun them, keep falling back. My health is really low now. Skella is still poking away at them and kind of forces them back a bit. Hanbats is going to go ahead and apologize for dying, but we don't blame him. I could have done better. I could have been a better tank there. I know that. I blame myself. I'm that type of person. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up that staff that gives me the extra sustain in lane by allowing me to heal for more, which is always nice. We're going to go back to this like little standoff. They're going to poke in at us. We're going to poke in at them. I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of damage to Hell, but since I'm a tank, I don't do a lot. And Skella's going to go do a moderate amount of damage to a tank by the name of Sobek. Now Hell is going to continue to poke in. I'm at half health, but I'm going to go ahead and body block Neith's ult so that it hits me and not Skella and kills her, so that Skella can go back to base and heal up. I'm going to pull Sobek in, and I try to get a stun, but it was on cooldown, so he only receives a little bit of tower damage. Now it's just me and Hanbats here, but Skella is just now returning to lane now that she is healed up, since I didn't let her die, which is always nice. And my ultimate's ready, Skella's ultimate is ready, and Hanbats' ultimate is ready. So we're ready to make something happen. But I assume most of their, except for Neith, I think, has their ult up. I'm going to go ahead and pull Neith in to the tower with one of my abilities. It's going to cause a lot of damage. She's going to go down. Hanbats is going to take that opportunity to single out Hell. She's going to go down. And then we're all going to focus in on Sobek and try not to let him get away. I go for the stun, but his ultimate makes him immune to stuns. But Hanbats jumps in there at the last second when his ult ends and takes the kill. Now that gives us a second deicide, which is pretty good. We once again have some good power in lane, so I'm going to go ahead and heal up my teammates here and see what we can do to this Phoenix. Now our minions are going to roll in there, so we're going to go ahead and start trying to take them out. We take out their minions, start trying to take out the tower, and we go ahead and take out the Phoenix. Now that gives our team a big boost in strength in the upcoming fights. Our minions are going to get stronger. We single out Neith there, and the only one up right now is Hell. So we have a good opportunity to maybe single her out and take her down. Now I'm taking a lot of giant damage. I should really be backing up here, but with Hanbats there, I thought maybe with both of them there I could pull something out about there, but really I needed some more sustainability, and she can just heal too much. So I picked up my last item there, which is a pendant that makes it to where they take less damage. I mean, they can't consume as much healing. And I'm checking out active items. Now, active items are special. They don't give any stat upgrades or boosts, but they can be used to give you a temporary buff, like extra speed, or these two that I'm looking at both hinder the speed of the enemy, but one reduces their attack speed and one reduces their healing. I go ahead and decide on the one that reduces their healing because it has a slightly longer range than my pendant, so in case they're out of range but we're preparing for an assault, I can go ahead and pop that so they can't heal as much, and then we can engage. And then after my pendant wears off, I should be close enough anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and return to lane, but you see right here, I'm going to go ahead and throw down my seed, which pops and gives me a buff, and then I'm not going to go too far forward, and I'm going to double back, and I've checked the right lane, which is the most likely one, and the left lane, just in case they went down there while I wasn't paying attention. When I say lane, I mean the two side paths that lead into the jungle. Don't want to get flanked, especially since I'm kind of out of position. Hanbots was a far ways away, and so was Skella, so you never want to get caught out of position and get taken out. So you always want to keep your eyes open on those entrances to the jungle. Now we're going to push in here with now our upgraded minions because we took out their Phoenix, but their Phoenix comes up in, I'm not sure the exact amount of time, but it's about halfway to being up again. So we're going to go ahead and mop up that minion wave because Skella's so powerful. She's got nice abilities and she can quickly take them down. I'm going to go for a pull but miss it, sadly. Hell is going to try to do some damage to us, but she can't really hit us. We backed up enough. That makes it safe. But you see, now we're doing the same thing they were doing. We're doing that little dance. But Hanbots is going to jump in there. He's going to ult, which fears everybody. We're going to single out Neath and Hell, take them both out, and once again Sobek's on the run, but Skella takes the kill, and this is where we're going to go in and focus on the Titan. We're going to try to get a kill. You're going to see I'm going to pop all of my abilities here because the abilities actually do damage, but they surrender before the end. And we would have killed the Titan there anyway, and we would have reduced it down to 0 health. So that's a game of Smite. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I do. I love this type of game. If you like competitive games, this is something to definitely look at. Now, if you're wondering about the price, it's just like most other MOBAs out there. Go on Steam, it's completely free. Free to start playing, free to do it. And I can tell you right now, I can tell you exactly how much money I've spent on this game. I've bought one skin for $5, roughly $5, with real money, and I spent $35 on a pack that gave me all the gods forever. Every god they ever come out with and every god they've ever come out with, I get for free. Or, well, not for free. I spent $30, but it's almost an unlimited value, and that's really awesome. So, thank you for watching my video. It's not that expensive to play. It's free to play. You can go ahead and start playing whenever you want. It's super fun, and the most different thing about it between other MOBAs, third-person view. And trust me when I tell you that gives it a far different feel than whatever you can think of. It makes everything feel more tense, more fun, more exciting. And I hope you check it out. So later in the month, we're going to have 3 more videos. One more when I go more in-depth about things. One where I look at maybe multiple different game modes, or maybe we just play a game mode together, or maybe I talk about just more about the game and how I like it and how I feel about it, right? The things I like and things I don't like for the 3rd video. And the 4th video is just going to be a commentary of a full 5v5, which I won't personally do. I'm going to let one of my friends who's really good at the game go ahead and do that one. And from there, we'll see how a 5v5 plays out, and I will commentate it live as he plays it. Or maybe not live, because there is a bit of an offset, like 3 or 4 minutes, but only 3 or 4 minutes behind him, I promise. So, anyway, that's been my time, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, if you like what we do here over at Spankeh, please go ahead and subscribe. We appreciate it a lot. We're up to 46 subscribers, and trust me, we're excited about that. We love making people happy with our content. Secondly, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. It tells us whether or not we're doing a good job, and it tells us whether or not we should keep making the content. So go ahead and give it a like, or leave a comment and tell us what you liked about it. That's even better. Or tell us what you didn't like, so we know how to get better. We're always making content to make people happy because, honestly, we're just a bunch of college kids who want to do something in our spare time that's fun, entertaining for us, and makes other people happy too. So go ahead and tell us what we're doing wrong so we can make it better. And that's it. That's all for me. See you next week, guys. Later.